amigos de Metal-Morphosis TV, donde la historia del rock transforma tu mente. Nos encontramos en la Cámara de Comercio, acá en la ciudad de Quito. El día de hoy vamos a tener la presentación de la leyenda canadiense, como ustedes pueden escuchar. Fíjense, miren, justamente acaba de salir este rato el señor Steve Kudlow. También vimos por ahí a Rob para probar un poco los instrumentos. La gente, como ustedes pueden ver, saltó un poco de la emoción ahí. Imagínate verles así, tan cerquita, una banda con 40 años ahí de trayectoria. Estamos con nuestro amigo Rommel, nuestro buen amigo Rommel, quien nos va a comentar brevemente sobre el evento.
Un gusto de nuevo encontrarnos en un gran evento como lo que siempre tratamos de esforzarnos por el público. Ante todo, siempre todo lo que se hace o back to back ha realizado siempre ha sido por el público. Hemos traído esta vez a una leyenda que ha sido Anvil. Las primeras bandas han demostrado una capacidad increíble escénicamente, como es en el caso de 333 y también el Betraya, al igual que Extraño Poder, lo vimos anteriormente.
Esto es Asesinos del Falso Metal.
Y bueno, ahora estamos esperando tan solo el show, preparándonos para el show de Anvil. Como todos ven, la gente está emocionadísima. Hemos tenido una gran acogida.
Muchas gracias, Rommel. Yo creo que estás con las mismas ganas que tengo yo también de ir corriendo ahí adelante del escenario. Imagínate esos así, tenerles tan cerca a una banda así con tantísima trayectoria, no es así tan seguido que podamos tener esa oportunidad. Vamos en este instante ya a hacer un pequeño corte para acercarnos de ahí, vamos a disfrutar del evento y esperemos luego de esto podamos conversar un momento con la banda. This is Metal-Morphosis TV, where the history of rocks change your minds. Today we are with Mr. Steve Kudlow from Anvil. Welcome to Ecuador and welcome to Metal-Morphosis. How do you feel here in Ecuador?
Really good. This is a great place. Of course, it's my first time, and like they say with women, it's nothing like the first time. No, it's very, very special. The people were extremely responsive, very, very, just a lot of fun. There's a very good feeling in the room, and that energy is something that we as a band, we draw from it, so it makes the show even better. So we had a really good time tonight.
Great. We are happy to hear that.
All right. Oh yeah. This next song I'd like to dedicate it to a good old friend who passed away. A good friend and probably the fucking heaviest rocker the world has ever known. I'm talking about Lemmy Kilmister. Now you might not know this. You might know it, you might not, who knows. But Anvil and Motorhead were tight friends for 40 fucking years, man. And in fact, in 1983, before I recorded the Forged in Fire album, I got a phone call from Lemmy. It was incredible. He goes, "Hello, Lips. I'd really like to ask a favor of you. Would it be possible for you to join Motorhead?" I had to very politely say, "No, I can't do it, Lemmy. I'm in Anvil." And here I am, 40 fucking years later. Yeah. The mutual respect ran hard and deep. You gotta know it. Yes, indeed. Lemmy appeared in the Anvil movie, and he had such lovely things to say. "There wasn't a bad guy in the band. If you're not at the right place at the right time, you'll never do it." That's right. I was not in the right place at the right time, but I am now. Yeah. Here we go. A song going out to Lemmy, the free spirit of Free as the Wind.
What is the secret to have around 40 years in music industry?
What's the secret? You don't do it for money. I'm dead serious. You set your life up so that you can do what you love. And that means if you have to go to a goddamn job and do deliveries just so you can rock and roll, that's what you got to do. You make the sacrifices, you make the choices, you make your life work the way you want it to do. It's up to you yourself. You don't wait for somebody to give you the opportunities. You make your life and your own opportunities. That's what the key to longevity is. If you don't do it for money and you don't put the pressures of money on doing what you love, then it's endless. You never have to worry about it. Now, what has actually happened from living that way for 37 years, it's finally it's flipped around where I'm making a living. I'm actually making the money that I never expected to make, which is a beautiful thing. It means that, you know, all those years of doing deliveries and it was worth it. And let's face it, look at me, I'm 61 years old. I don't have a big fat pot belly. I'm not out of shape. I feel young, I feel vigorous, I'm happy. And that's because I kept myself in good physical condition from doing a physical job. And the way that I looked at my hard labor when I used to do those deliveries is I'm keeping myself in shape. I'd work from 6 in the morning until noon, or till 1 or 2 o'clock, and that's when I did my day. After that, go to rehearsal, write songs, and dedicate my life to my music. And and it wasn't the type of job that I have to worry about once I leave. I leave my job at my job and then I go do what I love. And I set my life up so that's precisely what I would be able to do. A lot of musicians don't have that ability. They make mistakes. They marry the wrong woman. They take the wrong job. I mean, there's a million things they get in a band with a bunch of bums. It's really, really hard to make it in music. One of the most difficult things. You have a better chance going to Las Vegas and and making a bet than making a living in rock and roll. But having said that, when you love something as much as I do, none of that matters.
The message is clear. If you do that you love, you
best job.
Yes, you have the best job.
But when you love it, you're gonna put everything into it, because even if you don't get anything out of it, you have the passion to put it in, and that's what it's all about. For me.
Yes, it is a lesson for life.
Yeah.
And some things about this we saw in documentary about Anvil. What do you think about that documentary from Anvil's story?
Well, ultimately, what that did, it put the spotlight on a band that has been working for years trying to get somewhere. Not looking for pity, because we weren't looking for pity. We were out there trying to do it. We didn't care what it took or how we had to do it, but we had made sure that we did it. We kept on recording records through the 90s, through the grunge, through the alternative, and we still put out metal albums when all the other bands that were from the 80s quit, broke up, whatever. We kept it going.
Yes, or change your way in more commercial.
Change the music. Never give in to yourself, into that shit. You do. See, that's the thing about Anvil. Anvil means metal. It is metal. Metal is not fucking pop music. It's metal. It's not commercial. It's about being true to the genre. Even when I did do something that was slightly commercial in sort of shape and sound, an example, Mad Dog, it was never going to be on the radio, not with lyrics, looking for a bitch in heat, begging for a doggy treat. That's not radio music. But everybody loves the song.
Yes.
Right? So
that's the problem.
That's the beauty of metal. I understand it because I am a metalhead. I'm as much of a fan as I am as a musician. Just as examples, I got to know a good friend of Ted Nugent. Okay, it's Ted Nugent's guitar guy, one of these guys, and we just became friends. You know what I got? I got one of Ted Nugent's arrows from his bow and arrow. I got his set of guitar strings, his picks, a signed picture from Ted Nugent himself. And I'm just Yeah, I'm a fanboy. So what?
Yeah.
You know, but so is everybody else. I love it. It's like Michael Schenker, same thing. I've actually known Michael Schenker since 1984,
Yes.
and it's a great thing, and we're friends
Since 1984.
since 1984.
He's a friend of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, and the same thing with, I mean, come on, with Lemmy, I met him in 81.
Yes, we heard that.
Yeah, come on, man.
It was funny when you're.
I could go on and on. I mean, I went out on tour with Motorhead in 1983. We played all over the UK. We got to Birmingham, England, and we played the night, and then we had a day off. So Lemmy goes, come on up to my room. Come on up to my room and we'll have a couple drinks, Lips. Okay. We sat down and he had a 40 ounce bottle of vodka. Okay? And a massive jug of orange juice.
Yeah.
He gave me this glass that was about this tall. Okay?
Wow.
And he pours about 15 ounces of vodka in it. It's like, oh my God. And then he just starts pouring in the orange juice. I got about that far in on the glass, and I'm like, completely annihilated because I'm not a drinker, right?
Yeah.
So he goes, Lips, you're looking a little bit wasted there. We could fix that. Pulls out a little pouch out of his pocket, takes a little knife, sticks it in, and he goes, have a sniff. Okay, so wham.
And I'm okay again.
Okay, straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
Okay, hours and hours. I'm talk. Next thing you know, bang, bang, bang on the door. The road manager. Come on, guys, time to go to the gig. Go, gig? What gig? We got the day off. He goes, you guys have been sitting in here for 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I have a question. What about dildo? What about the dildo in your performance?
Oh, that's been going on since the beginning, since the very
Yes.
when the band was originally called Lips. Most of the song, of course, like on the first album, most of the songs were about girls and all that stuff. And what it was when I was a little kid, when I first started playing guitar, I had electrical toys, and I discovered that the sound of an electric motor comes through the guitar pickup and out the amplifier. And then I got this idea. I went, you know what? What would happen if I used a woman's vibrator? And then
I think a metal vibrator.
yeah, but which was really interesting because it's a very round surface, it can be used for bottleneck, right? So it had a multiple uses. Yeah. And then I discovered the vary speed, which is really cool because it's not just you know. So
Yeah, we saw that. It was funny.
yeah, so it's
and it sounds good. Sounds good. I like how it sounds.
Okay, this is important to understand. It's one thing to have a gimmick, okay? That's all well and fine, but it better be musical. If you're going to use something like that, at least make it musical. And that's what I made sure. So I'm doing, I'm playing in a number of different ways, which is like Eddie Van Halen, which is tapping, which is called tapping. Then there's bottleneck. There's you can smack the strings with it in rhythms. And then, of course, then there's bottleneck and the vibrator itself. So it's 4 or 5 different textures, different applications. So it doesn't stay all the same, and it doesn't get boring. There's something. It has a bunch of transitions, so it's important. For me, it's about doing a show. I'd just like to say, very importantly, what a wonderful place this was to visit and play to the people here. The people were the best that you could be. You know, the most responsive, the most respectful. It was absolutely a pleasure to be here. And I can honestly say that without any doubt, we will return. And I love you all. I love you all, and thank you so much from here, top left.
This song to everybody here.